So we're back again with yet again another episode of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. In the last episode, we got into the ancient cistern and got some more goodies in the sky, as I should say, as the usual doobity-doo. Yeah, and we made our way here. In this episode, we're going to go ahead and continue the ancient cistern. As I pointed out in the last episode specifically, that this place does really revolve around the old story called the Spider's Thread. Now, Link is portrayed as someone by the name of Kandata, a criminal who once breaks into this dwelling and is noticed by someone by the name of Lord Buddha. And Kandata, or Link, so-called, avoids stepping on a big spider. Therefore, Lord Buddha lowers its thread and Link climbs to paradise, avoiding the rest of his, sinners, and he's just focused on his own goals in paradise. So, as the story goes, and it all falls into this specific temple. It's based off of like a really fancy, far-off Eastern dungeon, and it just really surprises me how well they put this story back together in Skyward Sword. It's amazing. But go ahead and just open up this chest on the eastern side and crack it open and you'll get the dungeon map. Okay? Okay, so having a look, I have on the chart here, we are supposed to go on this side and pass up the door on the east side and head over to the west. Alright, we kind of tackled this part already. Go ahead and run. Swing our way on across. And we're off to this part where the X is. Alright. Now that we have the whip, we can go ahead and utilize that to its fullest extent. And see what lies within. On the west side, since that's basically where we're heading right now. Okay? Alright, let's go ahead and give us a good swim, because I'm sure Link can use his exercise, even though his lung capacity is just, like, gallons full at this point. He can store a good amount. Gotta point that out. Link, why? Why you do this to me? Go ahead and just climb on this lily pad here, and notice this big hook. We don't want to jump on those thorns, and just pull that lily pad back upside down. Now we can just go ahead and hop on across and thrust that lever on down with the whip, and we have a new area to explore. Absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and jump in the water. The good old agua. Go ahead this way and just swim underneath, and I'm looking off. If you hear like my voice kind of going left and right, that's because I'm turning my head and I'm looking at another part of the screen, which has my instructions here. Sorry, I'm doing it that way. Sorry, making sure that I get everything in this place. Hey, spider. Okay, shoot me with threads. Stab. Alright. Now, I think I recall this room having something in it that requires opening a chest. Now, before I move on, does this or does this not look familiar? I may point out right now, if you've not played Ocarina of Time, you'll notice that this opening of this fish's mouth goes back, or at least portrays, Lord Jabu Jabu before you save Princess Ruta and get the Zora Sapphire. According to me, that is, it really just does resemble that, because since we're still sort of in the halfway point of the game, yeah, it may as well bring this part up. Crazy, and I'm like 1,000% sure this is what it's representing, but that's kind of where I'm going with it. Go ahead and open that. And I think one of these rooms has butterflies. I'm not sure. Is that it? There we go. Okay. Because I need money, I'm going to be drawing some rupees. As usual. Cut these dudes open. Leave me alone. I totally just killed one of those butterflies. I hope it still registers, though. Yeah, it worked. Why not? Okay. Give us a good old Skyward Strike here. Alright. Because I have this kind of control on, go ahead and draw a rupee. That is horrible. It worked. It freaking worked. Okay. That worked out. Not as planned, but the drawing didn't, but the rupees did. Thankfully. Anyway, since we're in this room, we're going to go ahead and jump up on here. Ouch. Why? Okay. Now, we can go ahead and jump on these vines, or at least that, and hit the spinning pillar, which is in this room off to our left. What's up, Babas? Heh, nice try, Baba. You ain't getting me this time. I took karate. I know what I'm doing. Anyway, climb up here. And... ooh, don't want to drop. Want to drop. Let's kind of ride this on along. Climb those vines and then jump down right here. And this dude is going to kind of shoot at us and succeed at one part and fail in the other. Go ahead and pop that spider on those vines. Didn't know how I did that, but it worked. And I'm thankful. Go ahead and just bust out on the whip. And then hold stop. And we want to align ourselves with that lever. Okay? You can also lower yourself up and down, just like the grapple hook in the Wind Waker and the claw shot in Twilight Princess. And I totally missed that. Link. You know, I love you, Link. You have the most character in this game, but help me. I haven't had breakfast this morning. I'm starved in a way. Help me out. Alright, I think we need like a big, long swing. And one more for the road. Take it home, Link. Yeah, that's some fine work. Okay, and we want to go ahead and swing for a third time. It should be second time because I messed up one time. Go ahead and give it a swing, and there we go. Go ahead and just get these dudes out of the way. All right, and then throw that open. Okay, now we just want to go ahead and go into that whirlpool that we just went ahead and activated. And jump down. And here we go. And Link just got flushed down the turlet. Gross. Let's go ahead and just kind of snip these dudes off. Because I think the beetle actually does kind of work better off in this room. In particular, if I'm just being so honest. Snip, snip. And I think that main lily pad is what we were mainly after. And you know what? For poops and giggles, why not just go ahead and snip this third spider down? It's like an itch that I have to scratch sometimes. And just go ahead and swim on through this hole. And, ooh, I see what's going on. Mr. Key Man. He holds the key. A shiny key right on his side. And it belongs to me now. It is my key. Give me that. Alright. Go ahead and just open this door. So, to continue that story about the spider's thread, this part, or that part down there, does kind of revolve around the description of the depths of hell. Alright? That is where, supposedly, the spider's thread would drop down at. Or maybe one of those areas. That one, maybe not, but another part, definitely. And that's just kind of where it goes. It's kind of where it goes, and that's the story that is basically getting repeated here visually. Okay? So, give me 1 second. I'm just going to go ahead and pause and check out the chart. Okay, so in this room, we want to go ahead and just climb just this way. Fish out of the water, Link. Don't do this to me again. Link, why? Okay, you know what? Fine. Climb the lily pad. Go the slow way. And yank that down. Okay, now, we don't want to go out here just yet. Or maybe you do, maybe you don't. No, not yet. Not just yet. Excuse me. Go ahead over here. And if we have a couple slingshot seeds left, we can go ahead and bop that spider on those vines. Let's go ahead and just... Yeah, and I'm still kind of getting used to that control with the, camera control with the Joy-Con. So I don't have to use L and R every single time. But go ahead and just flick that upside down and climb this. Da-ba-da-da. Alright. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Swipe. And then swipe. And then swipe. Nice try. And it didn't work. Go ahead and jump down and flick that upside down, too. Alright. Now we want to go ahead and just swim this way. If I'm being so bold to say so. Give me that 20 rupees, because I know that I deserve it. Go ahead and just swim down here and see what's going on and avoid those Mrs. Puffs. Mrs. Puff, it's us. Doing time. That's like my favorite SpongeBob episode for some reason. One of my favorites, maybe not my all-time favorite. Alright, and looking around in here, we can go ahead and just bust that on open. Alright, and I think we already see what to do next. We have to go ahead and climb the vines again and flip that lily pad upside down that you just saw getting lifted up. Easy enough. But is it easy? Easier to do it than just to say it? I really doubt it. Let's go ahead and just climb this again. Uppity up. And yeah, if I feel that I have to use L and R manually, I will, because I'm not going to go ahead and rely on the Joy-Con for switching the camera around and stuff like that every time, but now you know what I'm going for. Alright. Go ahead and just roll on through here. And since it's way too high for us to climb, we can just whip it. Alright. Now, I think this part does involve fighting this dude. Come on. Lower your tail. And attempt to blow your fireballs, which will not work. And just whack him up. Easy enough. Now, there is one chest that kind of lies down here, and it's hard to get to. I wouldn't worry about it now, because we're going to be coming back to this area anyways. Give me 1 second. Yep, so I see exactly where we have to go, and we want to go down this way, and we want to flip that lever with the whip and open this lever right here. Okay? Now, doing that, way easier said than done. We got to get our way through without getting grabbed by these spiders here. Let's go ahead and roll on across. Uh-huh. Alright, there we go. Wasn't too bad, but could have gone better, even though I didn't get grabbed once by one of those spiders. Alright, now that that water is activated, we can come back up here for a shortcut. And the main reason that we're here is to go ahead and flip this switch. Okay, so I think we all know what to do next. I'm kind of waited to get here for a good while because I wanted to point out something specifically that is crazy in this part of the dungeon. And I specifically kind of learned it from a friend of mine. I would address him as my brother, but a so-called Jason Matthew. He kind of introduced me to this part when I watched his own video where he went through the ancient cistern, that, I'm not gonna lie, you can actually skip the entire bottom floor of the ancient cistern if you do a weird jump, or backflip, as if I should say. Very weird process, but, hate to say it, but I'm not gonna give it a shot. I kind of want to cover this dungeon with love and detail, and kind of go through the backstory and what, you know, is in store for us here. Go it along this way, and go to the very bottom. Jason, I love you, man. You're my brother-in-law, if I should say that. That's kind of that's kind of taking it far, but I will not be attempting that trick. I'm sorry. It was cool to see, though. It was really cool to see. All right, just get these dudes out of the way. You don't actually have to kill these guys. However, you can just kind of avoid them. Just know that there's just undead here in Zelda, sadly. Alright. Go along this way, and you'll come across undead kind of digging their way up every once in a while. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and roll through here. Specifically, I wanted to talk about something else that is apparent here. Just get these keys out of the way. This stone kind of gives the clue, okay? A gemstone shines deep within the eye. Strike it to shut down the mouth and dam the flow. Okay. To do that, we have to go this way and hop across these thingies right here. Good enough. Flip that upside down. We don't want to jump into the thorns. And here we are. Okay? Now, look at that face. It's an angry face. It's a very sad face. I think that, you know, poison waterfall coming out of its mouth kind of resembles a tongue. Without dilly-dallying around anymore, but just go ahead into one of its eyes, and like it said, we want to go ahead and hit a gemstone. Right over here. Bop. I did it. Alright. Now, the way to find out what to do next is this. You have to literally look at what you just opened up and utilize that. Why? Why, Link? Just, can I shake this off? Can I shake that off? What? Okay, apparently getting jinxed is a thing in Skyward Sword. I kind of forgot about that. Can I get more here? Okay. I did this before, and it didn't work. I don't know why, but... I guess more rupees. Okay. Draw that. And it still worked, even with my terrible drawing habits. We're getting there. We're definitely nipping it in the bud. And get the beetle. And we want to go ahead and pick up this bomb, because running and jumping across with it is unrealistic at this rate. And we just want to go ahead and bomb this boulder with it. Very easy. I would just go ahead and drop it, though. Okay. Now with that freed up, we can just go ahead and jump on across again and find out what's going on that side again. Enough with that accent. Just jump across on here and bust out the whip. And launch your way across. And there we go. Now, this one specifically, we just want to go ahead and jump all the way, or climb all the way on top of. Now, that part over there is nerve-wracking as shit. I hate to use that kind of language, but I'm going to. I haven't used it in a good while, and I hope to kind of stray away from it. But yeah. Can I drop, though? Is the bigger question. Okay. Now, jumping across over here is what matters a lot, because if you notice, on the very top right is a lever that kind of not only stops it, but actually throws this rotation in the other direction, because we don't want to go in the direction that it's going in right now, because look, spikes. Yeah, no joke. We don't want to get stabbed to death by the spikes. So what do? Reverse it. Alright. Now, this thing is fast. It's fast, and even if you sprint, or at least try to the other side, it's basically the perfect amount of time to use for just running in place, which is kind of what this game kind of thought of. Let's go ahead and get some hearts here. Get away from me, undead. And get into. Yeah, that is the spider's thread. Right over there. We will use that to climb to our paradise. Yeah. Katana. Link, you're a criminal in law. I gotta say that. It's one of those things. You're wanted. You're on like 20 different wanted posters in this game. How does it feel, man? You're a celebrity. You know, with every treasure chest that I've opened with a silver rupee in it and says, you must feel like a celebrity. Yeah. You're on 20 different wanted lists. I'm 1000% sure of it. Anyway, with that though, we're just gonna go ahead and throw this in the other direction. Alright. Now, we're gonna go ahead and use this pillar to ride that way on across, and then jump over in that direction where the thread lies. So, this game kind of did throw me for a loop, because when I flipped this back to where it originally was, I thought that I had to jump back on this specific spinning pillar. But that's not true. That is where I have to go. Climb that. The one with the vines. Okay? Very easy enough. After reading and practicing the dungeon enough times, as if I should mention. Right over here is where I should drop. I think. Yeah, it looks like it. Keys. Why? Why you burn me? Or at least try to. Drop down here. And I guess for safety's sake, if you want to, just go ahead and go over to this whip here. Bust that on open. And now you have a shortcut way up. We want to go ahead and climb this thread. The spider's thread. As if the story goes. Game. When I played this for the first time, I dropped a bunch of special things in my pants. Especially knowing that there's zombies in most Zelda games that I've played, or redeads. I think this is like the closest thing that you'll get to redeads, in my opinion, in Skyward Sword. Go ahead and shake him off. Climb on up. Now, everything may seem easy enough from this point. Go ahead and read this stone. Return the stone giant to its original form and descend below the earth again along the thread. There you will find the key to the path ahead. I don't know if that, like, rhyme at the end of each sentence kind of, like, was intentional, but I guess it was for the sake of how creative this game can be, in my opinion. Alright, and with that, we were just going to go ahead and flip this lever back up. And since we have access to the spider's thread, where we just came from, we want to go back down there. Kind of simple enough, right? Okay. Just want to go ahead and pop our way back down. God, I do not like the way that that music just kind of goes, just freaky. Anyway, we want to go ahead and jump down this way. Out of my way. And here we are. We're here. We're here. The big chest. And we have the blessed idol. Yeah, this was the main item obtained in the story, the spider's thread. This carved wooden statue looks like it's supposed to inspire gratitude. It also looks like the stone statue on the upper floor. Alright, and you can get grabbed by one of those guys and still get crushed by this big statue, but I'm pretty sure it will give you just enough time because it assumes that a new player is here and it just might be generous. Alright. Now, this is what I was talking about. You can perhaps get like a good flip on this. I think this is what Jason was talking about, but I could be as wrong as a witch right at that point. Go ahead and open this door and find out what's up. Now there is one more chest that I want to go ahead and get. Don't worry, we're not going to go all the way to the top just yet, but primarily this part. Oh, never mind. One more room, one more level to go. Hang on. Over on that side is where we want to go ahead and get the final chest, because if you see it, it's right there. We're just going to get there and open it up, and then we can proceed. Link, you want to do some exercises in the water? I know you do. Okay, that was kind of cool looking. Alright. Let's go ahead and climb these vines up here. And jump on across. Get off of me. And then let go. And then jump on across again. Recover our stamina. And that little last brown chest is what we want. Let's go ahead and climb this way. This away. And there it is. Last chest of the dungeon. 20 bucks. It's a lot. Alright, now we can finally get into that door. Alright, and since with that we have everything obtained now, we have the Blessed Idol, every chest is opened, we've gotten everything, and we have the whip. We can just make our way up to the tippy top, and we won't have any problems. Alright. Look for the key that lies beneath the earth. And that's all it has to tell me? Okay. It's fine. Now, this may seem like the hardest keyhole in the game. I say that with a large amount of sarcasm. Kind of just go ahead and pivot it, and it should be right there. Yep. Piece of cake. Alright, kind of like a unique boss door, I gotta say. Just getting all the way up here kind of just said, hey, it's not a boss door that just opens. It also, like, splits open in the ceiling. Pretty cool, in my opinion. I love it. It's cool. It's so awesome. Reminds me of Okami, like the Agato Forest, where you have to go ahead and use the vine and lift all four sides up on the cap. On the way to the Spider Queen. Alright, and with everything else kind of gotten, we can just go ahead and get some last little things in here. And this is it. Nice little bird statue, too. Although, I think we're ready for this part. You certainly are persistent. I'm terribly busy trying to find the clues that will help me revive the Demon King. Your incessant buzzing around my head like some irksome gadfly when I'm this busy, well, it's making me very disagreeable. Ancient Automaton Koloktos. He is freaking great. So, to kind of point out the basics of this boss in particular, is that it just kind of like reminds me of Rock'em Sock'em Robots, if anybody played that when they were a kid. Kind of just let him hit you in his direction, and then take the whip to his arms. Easy enough. And you want to do that until his eye is uncovered. And just keep up the process. It's basically the rinse and repeat cycle with this boss, and in many cases, go ahead and just kind of leave him swing. I totally got hit there, and that shouldn't be a problem. And there we go. And just go up to him and shrag him up. And a repeat. And you want to watch out for those spinning blade frisbees that he's throwing, because they could be a problem. And get his arms again. Get him. Get him again. And this phase is like the most badass part, in my honest opinion. Or at least let him hit you in his direction a few times, and man, this part is just freaking absurdly cool. What business does this game have being this freaking great? You can literally give him a taste of his own medicine at this point. It's just freaking great. I just love that. And he will take swipes at you and just run away. This is honestly not like the hardest boss fight, although it's just like the easier ones, kind of like this, are just the most epic. And he will summon the undead and just kind of go ahead and swipe those guys out of the way, and he'll give you a hit again. And kind of wait for him to finish his swiping, because that will kind of take a bit. That's pretty much about it. That's like the key with this dude, is just to kind of repeat it again, and that's like the biggest part of it. Come on. And I think one more cycle should get him. Ooh, kind of close there. Yeah, I kind of knew that he was going to do like the zombie thing again, but... that's basically all that she wrote. That'll be our 15th heart. I cannot count, surprisingly. 14th, I am sorry. And with that, and I think that I didn't mention this either, but notice how this boss specifically had 6 arms? Yeah. Supposedly, as the story of the spider thread, yeah, the guy that Link is playing apparently had 6 other sinners by his side, and he just ignored them. Sad story. But go head through this door and find out what pursues. I think we all know the drill at this point. Skyward Strike, right? Raise your sword, master. The flames of Farore have improved your sword, making it longer and sharp enough to do twice as much damage. The sacred flame has purified your blade, enhancing and evolving it. With your sword now enhanced, you are ready to learn a new melody. We should return to the Isle of Songs. Oh, the sword you carry is different since I last saw you. Yes, I see it is much improved. To think, the goddess's chosen hero is but a mere boy. Quite a twist. Chosen hero or not, you do not yet have or possess the strength required to wield the full power of that blade. You must train yourself further. Devote yourself wholly to this task. Farewell, boy. Alright, and that's basically, of course, where I'm going to go ahead and call it. So, that was eventful. Great dungeon. So, in the next episode, we're going to go ahead back to the Isle of Songs and find out what's going to go ahead and take place over there. And, yeah. Stay tuned. Subscribe, like, comment, or anything else. And peace out, everyone.